Guys, I've taken I believe, the greatest books from entrepreneurship and services, mainly marketing, and I've put everything in this guide so we can talk about what breaks when you typically want to transition it from service to software as a service and what you can do instead to avoid falling in these common issues. This is not based on what I think or what I believe. This is based on concrete examples from companies that failed and companies that achieved growth, like Basecamp. So I would recommend you to stay until the end of this video, because if you are serious about creating a software as a service application, this will help you a lot. If you are watching me for the first time, my name is Justo. I'm in the process of creating 12 apps in 1 year. I recently launched the fifth app, and now we are about to launch the sixth one. I created a process that lets me test applications in just a couple of weeks so that I can stop creating features and putting all my time and energy on things that don't necessarily work. I've taken all the information from the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, the Lean Startup, and also one of the greatest books about entrepreneurship and startups, that is Teen Growth. I believe the most common thing that people believe when they are creating a software as a service application or anything similar is that they think that they fail because of code. They fail because of something technical. But the truth is that it's not a code problem, it's more related to a structural conflict. Because software as a service failure in an agency, when an agency wants to create a software as a service application, is rarely about engineering or tech stacks. Failure is rooted in deep misalignment between the operational DNA of service delivery and the organizational mechanics required for product success. It can be related to something technical. If you, let's say, that you want to scale to 1 million users and you are not using a scalable tactics or a scalable strategies on your application. If you have written all the code with AI without knowing anything about coding or about software engineering. But 99% of the time is related to marketing, either because the product is not marketed correctly or the product doesn't help people or your audience achieve the desired result, achieve the same result that you help people achieve with the agency. So if you pay attention to other companies that are already falling into this, the first thing that typically break is focus. It's related to a position and fracture, because you want to do everything at once, so you split your time and energy. You split your focus. It doesn't mean that you cannot build a software as a service at all, but you are doing it the wrong way if you want to build everything at once, if you want to have all the features that your service has in the first version of the software as a service. Then the second thing that I typically break is decision authority. A startup fail, because no one wants to take the responsibility of saying, let's not build this because it's not aligned with the product, it's not aligned with any outcome that we want to achieve. So we fall into, in the feature creep of endless feature cycles that doesn't necessarily help people achieve the desired result. And feature creep is typically structural, because you are used to build on customization and unique client variations. Recreating this in software kills scale. You cannot build a specific or personalized outcome for every client that you have. First, you need to standardize decision, standardized processes in your company and results. By the way, I will explain you everything and every single step that you can follow to avoid all these issues. But before continuing with this, I want to remind you that if you want me to help you one-on-one, turning your service into a software as a service application so you can grow your company without depending on your time, there's only one thing that you need to do, and it's booking a call with me. I will leave you the link on the comment section. As I'm telling you, software as a service scales by compressing variance and reducing unique paths. If you want to have everything, you will fail, because it's impossible to build an application with 100 different outcomes. You need to build an application for a specific outcome that your service provides. And here, something that typically happens is that people don't want to leave a part of their business, or they don't want to leave a part of their audience, and they don't want to concentrate all their efforts and all their energy into one single thing. But what they don't realize is that by doing this, they can grow their business with less stress and in less time, because they become the best one at one single thing. Revenue gravity pulls you back, and things that you wanna probably avoid is shifting focus back to service. If you do that, you prevent your software as a service from becoming something that could leverage your business. And also, don't fall into the typical thing of, if we build, they will come. Something that I could recommend you in 100% is having a way to distribute your product. That's one of the most important things. Now, if you pay attention to companies that already went through this process and got it right, for example, Basecamp extracted repetitive friction from their own agency workflows before launching. FreshBooks focused on one repeated pain point, that was manual invoicing for freelancer, for example. Dropbox validated must-have demand with a narrow utility before scaling feature surface. Our goal is not innovation, is dependency reduction, replacing human labor with automated system that deliver consistent value for you, and not only for you, for your audience. So this is the exact process that you can follow to achieve that. First of all, you map repeated decision and bottlenecks from last, let's say, 15 clients. This is just an example. You can take, I don't know, all the clients that you gain on the last 90 days. Then you assigned one authority with power to kill features and pivot. Then you secure service cash flow so you can protect your service. And then you build internal tool first. And only then, once you build the internal tool, you put it in front of your clients. This is typically a three-step process. You start using your tool on your own, then you use the tool with your clients, and finally you show the tool to your client directly, and your client use the tool on their own. So you see the leverage process. First of all, you need to put your time. Then you put less time, and finally at the end, once the tool is working, you don't need to put your time anymore. And look, even it can sound obvious, what I have seen is that the core requirement is discipline. Don't distracting yourself with shiny objects. Selecting one specific thing that you want to productize and turning that into a software as a service. I really hope this video helped you. I would like to hear your comments on this. You can comment right down below what you think. If you want me to help you one-on-one turning your service into a software as a service application, once again, you can book a one-on-one call, and if I have any spots free, I will help you. You can subscribe and hit the like button so we can keep growing and reach new people. And I hope to see you on the next video.